How much cash should you keep in your emergency fund? Well, I like to keep at least 1 year, a minimum of 1 year of cash of expenses, of all my expenses in my emergency fund. I'm really right now targeting or shooting for 2 years worth of expenses in my emergency fund. Now, I like to keep my emergency fund in a specific bank account, in its own bank account, separate from my other checking, savings, all that. And I like to have it in a separate bank, high yield savings bank, usually a fintech company. So that could be like a SoFi or an Alliant Credit Union, something like that. And I just like to have it there so I know that it's its own entity, that it's its own bucket of money, separate from my long term savings or separate from my checking account. But I used to have a lot less money in my emergency savings account. That was pre pandemic. Once the pandemic happened, that kind of opened my eyes and showed me that, hey, it's probably a better idea in case something really, really horrible were to happen, like you get sick or you have a long-term illness or you have a long-term job loss or you have to go a long time without working for whatever reason, then feel more comfortable having at least 1 year's worth of savings in my emergency fund. And then you have to figure out what is your baseline expenses? How much do you spend per month or even per year in expenses that you want to have? Because that will tell you how much money you actually need. So it's different for every single person. No one person that I've seen or that I've talked to has the same exact amount of monthly expenditures. Some people spend more on entertainment, some people spend less, some people spend more on travel. So it's really about how much you personally are spending each and every month and how much that translates into 1 year of savings. So it's never a bad thing to have more cash than you think you may need going into the future. So this is just some thoughts on emergency savings and how much that I like to keep in my account.